It's no secret that when Azki was released in 0.4, she had the weakest kit out of all the characters. It was a kit that not only required constant movement like 0.3 Kiara, but also required not getting hit like Crony, while lacking the strengths of either. Azki didn't have Kiara's survivability, nor Crony's crowd control, and as such was the least played character through 0.4 and 0.5. When 0.6 released, people did start playing Azki when they found out her effectiveness as a coin farmer. Since her primary weapon generated projectiles recursively rather than iteratively, she was able to proc multiple hits with the greed stamp, generating lots of coins. Unfortunately, this didn't change the fact that the rest of her kit was incredibly weak, making Azki feel like a mediocre character carried by a really excellent weapon. So Azki got reworked in 0.7, and the changes made to her kit are probably the most drastic changes to anyone's kit. Her weapon, Diva Song, remains the same, meaning she's still as effective of a coin farmer as she was before. Well, not really, since the greed stamp just got nerfed by adding a cooldown to its proc. Still, the stamp was overpowered, and it's still possible to get well over 50,000 coins in a single run, which is more than enough for most cases. For her skills, Performance and Virtual Diva have been removed and replaced with Geographer. Every 10 seconds, this skill creates 3 locations, kind of like Gura's whirlpools but much larger, in which Azki will get a boost to her speed, haste, and dodge chance so long as she is in the area of the location. This skill effectively combines the benefits of Performance and Virtual Diva and eliminates the somewhat ludicrous conditions required to fulfill them, turning Azki into something of an area controller, as you will want to remain within the area of the marker so that you can maintain the boost to your stats, which goes away after being outside of the location for 5 seconds. And no, the buff doesn't stack, so there's no benefit from standing in 2 more locations at the same time. Her performance skill remains the same, creating a blast that damages enemies that get stronger the more enemies you defeated after the previous burst. Nothing about it changed from her previous kit. As for her third skill, Azki got a completely brand new skill, Virtual Saber, which gives Azki a chance to slash enemies that come near her with a lightsaber. Yep, Azki transformed into Darth Azki. Would a Force user with a pink lightsaber be a Sith, given how Kyber crystals work? Questions for another time. Anyway, Virtual Saber slashes enemies that get close to Azki, dealing damage and knocking them back. I like to think of it as a second sausage, and given how finicky Azki's main weapon can be with aiming, having an extra weapon for when enemies slip past it is a nice defensive measure. For Azki's special attack, Geo Queen makes it so that Azki summons a large marker that pulls all enemies into the marker. She is invincible so long as she is in the marker's area, and the marker then explodes and deals damage to enemies. This special is a significant improvement over her old one, as it combines crowd control, damage, and protection all into a single attack. While the duration is pretty short, the fact that it pulls enemies into an area for you to just wail on them with your weapon makes it an effective offensive tool, with the invincibility being a nice bonus. If you combine Azki with the marking stamp, then this special becomes a complete boss killer, as Azki can pull all enemies into an area, mark a boss, and then distribute all the damage that she does to all the enemies onto the boss. As such, I highly recommend getting the marking stamp on Azki if you can. It's a good thing it drops pretty frequently. For items, I would also recommend Beetle, since Azki now has 2 damaging skills with Virtual Saber and Encore, or you can get GWS Pill, though that item will contribute less, since Azki doesn't have any crit-based skills, nor do you want to spam her special. For other items, get some kind of healing item, since Azki has no innate healing, and Piki Piki Pimon due to how busted her weapon is. So, that's the reworked Azki. Thanks for watching, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for future videos, and happy holocuring.